Yo! How's everybody doing tonight? What's up? Long time no see. I go on a week break and it feels like I've been gone for a year. Greetings, Filthy Casual. Good to see you back in stream. As you might be able to tell, tonight we're going to be doing some Artfight stuff. Pretty sick. Give folks a couple more minutes to come in, adjust a couple stream aspects because I'm picky like that. Yeah, gonna be doing some art tonight. It's very exciting stuff. We're gonna see how it goes. Last time I drew, I wasn't super happy with how it went, but, well, not necessarily on stream, but just like last time I personally drew, I wasn't super thrilled with how it went. So I hope that tonight goes a little better in my opinion. All right. See here, we've been going for about 3 minutes. Got a few viewers in chat. So here's how this evening is going to work. It's going to be a little bit different from our last drawing stream. I'm going to turn this music down just a little bit. Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit different than our last drawing stream. First of all, can everybody hear me okay? Is my audio good? I've got my drawing setup, which is a little bit more scuffed than my usual setup, somehow. Because my mic has to be further away when I draw because I need to have room on my table for my tablet. So, everybody good? Hearing fine? Good? Thumbs up? Great? Fantastic? I'm not seeing any complaints, so I'm going to assume we're doing well. So, here's how this evening is going to work. It's going to be a little different than my last art stream. During the last art stream, I spun a wheel and used that as references for like what I should draw next. And I had folks in the Discord chat recommend stuff to me. Well, tonight is going to be a little bit different because, as some of you may know, Artfight is starting and going, which means that Artfight, which if you don't know, Artfight is basically an art, like, I don't know that I'd call it a competition, more like an art event where artists from around the internet post their own characters online, and artists on different teams quote-unquote attack other artists by drawing their characters, and then you defend by drawing art of the person who attacked you. And it's just a great way for artists to kind of like share their characters, get some free art, see some new stuff and some new styles, and it's just a really positive, fantastic thing. I did it last year. I thought it was a lot of fun. I didn't do a ton last year. I think I only did 3 or 4 pieces, which I'm already going to be beating that record because this year on day 1 I did 3 pieces. So I've been playing around with it a little bit. But yeah, since that's going on right now, probably the majority of the art streams I'm going to be having during the month of July are going to be Artfight, and not necessarily Discord requests. Another thing I'm going to draw your attention to before we get started here is you might notice that up in the top right corner of my stream, I have changed our goal a little bit. It might be kind of hard to see, so I'll go ahead and read it for you. I have changed my follower goal from 20 to 30 now, but the award for if we reach 30 followers is I will be doing on-the-spot art requests, which means if you didn't suggest something in Discord, but you're in the stream and want to see something, I might just ask the chat, hey, what do you want me to draw? And folks are going to be able to suggest that, and I'll do it. So that is what that goal is. I did make it a little higher because on-the-spot art requests is going to be a lot harder for me to do. So I did make the goal a little higher than it was previously. But I think it's pretty fair for the level of work that I'll be doing, so it'd just be something that would be neat to reach if I ever could. Another thing you may notice, hi Horace, how's it going? Another change you may notice is in the bottom right of my screen, I have a couple little new text widgets. It will say creator and character. That is because the characters I'm drawing for Artfight obviously are not owned by me, they're owned by somebody else. So in order to give credit where credit is due, I'm going to be putting the name of the character in the bottom, and then right above it, I'm going to be putting the name of the person who owns the character on the Artfight website. Without further ado, we're just going to get started. I have pre-selected a few characters that I thought might be interesting to draw, and we're going to see how it goes. It is a bit of a struggle for me to try and do stuff like this on stream, so I just kind of went through and picked out characters. I'm just going to get started while I talk. Whenever I draw for Artfight, I try to pick out characters that I think will be interesting to draw, but at the same time have not received a lot of attention from other artists, because it's not very fun for everybody if only one person's art is getting drawn. Like, if only one person's character is getting drawn, it's not very fun for everybody else. So I try to find characters that have not had a lot of other art done of them, because I think it's just more fun that way, you know? But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. I'll do my best to pay attention to chat. I am going to be drawing with references since we are doing other people's characters, and I need to be able to see what I'm doing. Try that. And then this character has ears, which I love. But yeah, that's kind of my criteria, is I try to pick characters that have not had art done of them previously. I also, like, as a just a personal thing, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say something, but I have decided against it. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of be going with it. How's everybody's week been since I've been gone? It's been a minute. I have some stories to tell for stream tonight about that, because it has been a hot second since I've been on stream. But how's everybody's, if you're an American, how's 4th of July been going? And if you're not American, how's Monday? How's it been? Everybody in chat doing cool? Do some resizing here. Alright, so this character has the ears, and they kind of have this here. Kind of have more square-shaped head, which I suppose makes sense for the way the character's based. Got some hair here. These a little bit bigger, maybe. Horn that comes up here. Hate seeing my dog like this because it's Splody Day. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Fireworks, man. 4th of July is fun, but the poor dogs do get so stressed. My parents' dog actually didn't do too bad this year. We were kind of surprised because we did launch some fireworks with my family, and we were kind of expecting him to not take it very well, but he did very well. We were all very surprised, which was good. It's good to see dogs improving a little bit like that. And I mean, I suppose he's a little bit more used to it because we hear a lot of fireworks from our house just because of our proximity to our neighbors who do fireworks. And then we also, little fun factoid about me is I live in the country, aka not the city, so we hear people shooting all the time because people do target practice, and my dog has gotten kind of used to that, those loud popping noises, because of that, so that's been positive, I suppose. But yeah, that is a downside of the holiday for sure, is having the fireworks. It causes distress for all of the lovely animals that live with people. It's very unfortunate. Like, you just want to be able to tell them that, hey, it's fine, it's not going to hurt you, it's okay. But you can't, because dogs don't understand that. Speaking of dogs, I don't know if y'all in the Discord saw, but the reason I couldn't stream last week was because I was pet sitting for my parents' dog. My parents went to help my older brother move to a new apartment in a different state, because he was moving to a new job, but I am working a full-time job and could not take the time off to go with them, and they couldn't find a kennel for their dog because the kennel that usually watches him while they're out of town was fully booked because it's the time of year everybody's going on vacation. And so, since I am in a technically pet-friendly apartment, they asked me to watch him for a week, which was interesting because my apartment's not very big, and he is a 105-pound German Shepherd. So things were definitely interesting with him visiting, but we had a lot of fun. There were a few snafus, just because that's how things go when you have folks visiting. Not folks, but I suppose, but the dog. My parents brought him over, and night one was okay. He was a little stressed out because it was a new place. He's kind of a nervous dog, so he didn't take to it super well. Yeah, sorry, I'm just double checking my reference here while I work. I think that's supposed to be hair, but it's kind of hard to tell. This sketch is a little bit messy, so it's kind of hard to tell what the character's supposed to be doing. But yeah, my parents came, they left the dog with me, and I watched him for the week. The first night he was kind of restless. That night I was supposed to have Dungeons and Dragons with my friends, most of which who you know from the Custodians channel. I was supposed to be having D&D, And I usually do that up here in my office, which is where I also stream. And, my dog wouldn't go up the stairs in my apartment because he's never been on wood stairs before, so he was too scared, which is fine. But he wouldn't go up the stairs, and then, not only would he not go up the stairs, but, when I was up the stairs, he freaked out because I wasn't near him. And so that did cause a couple of problems with my D&D night. Unless it's too far from your job, I'm surprised you didn't stay at your parents' house for your dog's comfort. My apartment and my work are 2.5 hours away from where my parents live. So unfortunately, it wasn't really an option. I'm living in the same town currently where I go to university. And my parents live back in my hometown, which is a pretty substantial drive. It would be more money on gas than it would to just pay for somebody else to watch him, which was something they considered, but the problem is he is not a socialized dog. He does not like people he doesn't recognize, and so he can't be babysat by other people in the community who usually go around and dog sit because he doesn't like people. But yeah, unfortunately he did have to come to my apartment just because I live so far from my parents' house, I can't just keep him there. He had to come with me. Alright, sketch is done. Good progress. But we're gonna do... Don't know if I should do studio pen or dry ink for this one. Let's do studio pen. This makes a little more sense. That makes sense, yeah. It's unfortunate. It would have been much easier if I could have just stayed at my parents' house with him. If that would have worked, that's absolutely what I would have done. But it just wasn't feasible with the distance, unfortunately. But, anyways, what I was saying was, I had D&D, and I usually do D&D in my office. But the problem is that if I was upstairs, and he couldn't see me, but he could hear me, he lost his mind. He freaked out. He did not like it, which I guess makes sense because he's a German Shepherd. They're a herding breed. They don't really like it when they can hear other people that people are around, but they can't see them. And so I ended up having to do D&D on my couch. And then I found out that he wouldn't let me do my homework in peace either. So I had to take all of my exams and do my homework for my physics class on my couch or at my kitchen table, which was not very comfortable in the slightest. I have a whole office set up with a monitor and everything, specifically so I don't have to look at my tiny-ass laptop screen for a long amount of time. And the eye strain was very real. But I digress. So that was a fun little quirk about having him around. Another quirk being that he honestly did better than I expected here, which was really good. I was really proud of how well he did in this apartment because he's a very nervous dog. But he behaved himself. He only barked a little bit, mostly when I would go upstairs to go to the bathroom or stuff like that, because the only restroom in my house is upstairs. And he did pretty good, except for the last night I was here. So I did take one day off of work. I took my Friday off because I was planning on going home to visit my family for the holiday anyhow. And so I was going to be home that weekend. So I figured, hey, I'll take Friday off. That's one less day he has to spend in my cramped apartment, and he'll be so much happier at home. So I took my Friday off of work, and Wednesday night, I got home from work and was like, okay, I have to clean, and I have to do a D&D session because we moved our session from Saturday to Thursday this week because of the holiday. So I was like, okay, easy enough. I will just simply do my cleaning just real quick, and then I'll do my D&D session, and it'll be great. Yeah, things didn't quite work out that way, because I got home from work, I was on the phone with a friend, I walked upstairs to change out of my uniform and into clothes so I could start cleaning, and this is the moment that my dog decided he was brave enough to go up the stairs. I was literally just in my room, just got my clothes out of the dresser, was getting ready to change clothes. I hear a little click-clacking outside of my door that sounds like nails, and I open my door up, and there's my dog standing outside of my bedroom door. Which, you'd think, oh, that's great, he conquered his fears on the last day, isn't that sweet? Well, not quite. The problem was, he went up the stairs, and then refused to go down them. Son of a bitch, I just realized I forgot to switch to my, oh my gosh. I literally have an avatar for drawing, and I have it set up, I have it loaded and everything, and I haven't been using it. Oh my gosh, I am such a klutz. Okay, or a scatterbrain, I suppose, is the better word for it. But anyways, I digress. He decided to go up the stairs. And then he refused to come down them because he was too scared, which is a problem because the only way for him to go outside to go to the bathroom, his water, and his food, and all of his toys are downstairs. The only things that are upstairs are my office, which had dice and stuff he could chew on, my bedroom, where I know he would jump on my bed, and my tiny bathroom. And the rest of that is just like a tiny, cramped little walkway area at the top of my stairs. And I was like, okay, you need to go down the stairs because you can't do anything up here, and you haven't gone outside to go to the bathroom yet because I just got off of work. So, what... Excuse me. I was like, what do you say we go back down? He wouldn't. I tried everything. I put treats on every step. I walked down and stood at the bottom of the stairs and called to him. I was putting cooked hamburger in his food while he was here because when he travels, he refuses to eat, but that's so high value that he won't refuse to eat it. So I put his food at the bottom of the stairs with the hamburger in it, and he wouldn't even come down for that. I put his toy on the floor at the bottom of the stairs, and I bounced a ball at the bottom of the stairs. He would not come. It took 2 hours for me to lure him back down those stairs so I could get him to go outside and eat and drink water. It was miserable. I was so stressed out about it. It was awful. And then the rest of the time, and then after that happened, I was like, okay, I really don't want him going back up the stairs because I don't want him to get stuck up there again when I'm gone where he can't drink water because my apartment's not hot, but it's definitely hotter upstairs than it is downstairs. And he's such a furry dog. He needs to have access to water at all times during the summer. And so I'm like, okay, well, I don't want him to go upstairs and get stuck and not have his water bowl. So my parents had brought me a baby gate to keep him out of areas where I didn't want him to go. And the baby gate I had in front of my kitchen because I didn't want him getting in my kitchen and messing with stuff. And I also was keeping his treats and his food and his leash in the kitchen. And I didn't want him getting into any of that stuff and chewing it up or eating a whole bag of treats because he has done that before. So I was like, okay, I will just go ahead and take the baby gate out of the kitchen, move all of his stuff somewhere else that's more secure. I'll take the baby gate out of the kitchen and I'll put it at the bottom of the stairs so he doesn't go up the stairs while I'm not here. And thank God I did that because I came home from work at noon to eat lunch like I usually do. And when I got home, the baby gate was tipped over. He had been trying to push the baby gate over so he could get back up the stairs. And I'm like, my brother, why do you want to go up the stairs? You just trap yourself up there and can't get down. What's the motivation? What is the game plan? What are we even doing here? But he was just adamant that he wanted to be up those stairs. And I was like, bro, trust me, you do not want to be up these stairs. Yeah, so that was an adventure. Otherwise, he was very well behaved. But that one night was a little rough, not gonna lie. It was a little bit sketchy, but we made it through. And then that next day, we hopped in the car and we went back to my parents' house, and he was very happy. And he slept the entire evening without doing anything because he was so worn out from the ordeal of travel. But yeah, so that was my dog sitting experience. And my parents are like, oh, this is so great that you're able to do this. Maybe like next time we go on vacation, because they go on like a yearly vacation. And I don't always get to go along because they go when I'm in school. And so if I'm busy with classes, obviously I can't just get out of classes. They go on a yearly vacation, and they're like, oh, when we go this year, instead of leaving him at the kennel, you can leave him with you. And I'm like, actually, you can't, because I'm going to be taking 18 credits this semester, and I can't watch your dog and do 18 credits with organic chem, my guy. It ain't going to happen. It won't go well, let's put it that way. So, unfortunately, I did have to deny them on that front, because no way in hell. It was bad enough to watch him. Like, I love having my dog around, do not get me wrong. It was a lot of fun. He was so much fun to have, but he's a lot of work. It's part of the reason I don't have a pet right now. It's not the right time in my life. As much as I would love to have a pet, it's a lot of work and I don't have a lot of time or energy. And so I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening. So let's hope they don't try to get me to do it again, because I don't think I'll be able to handle it if I have to do all of my homework for the semester downstairs as well. It was bad enough with just the one class. But in a nutshell, that's why I couldn't stream last week, because I found out on Saturday that my dog would not allow me to without barking or freaking out. And if it was just going to stress him out, I didn't want to do it. And I was glad I didn't, because the week ended up being crazy stressful. Because on top of watching the dog, I had my car have brake problems, which is like one of the things you don't want to happen when you're driving a vehicle. So I had to work around getting my car into the shop, trying to figure out what's going on with it. Of course, it ended up being something expensive to fix, which, yay, it's my luck. We love that. But things have kind of resolved now. I'm getting it repaired tomorrow, which is good. It's fantastic. I'm so excited for my car to not have brake problems. It wasn't anything like life-threatening, which I didn't know that at the time, of course, but after getting it checked, it wasn't anything life-threatening, so I was able to drive home to see my parents, which was nice. But it's just enough that, like, it's not life-threatening, but it's not safe. So I need to get it repaired, so I'm taking it in tomorrow now that I'm back in town. But yeah, that's kind of been... That was my last week. Anytime that I wasn't either watching my dog or trying to get my car sorted out, I basically was just sleeping. Or I watched some more Fruits Basket. I watched a lot of Fruits Basket, which I'm so sorry whoever recommended me that. I'm so bad at remembering. I think it was Interdimensional Pork Rib recommended I watch Fruits Basket. I don't remember exactly. All I want to say is it's a fantastic show. I really love it. It was a great recommendation. It's definitely something that's been a lot of fun to watch at work, because I've been lacking content to watch at work, because I need it to be in English if I'm going to watch it at work, because watching is, like, I put watching in air quotes when I say watching at work. I'm really just listening to it in the background while I work on data sheets on my computer, so it's been really nice to have something that I can just kind of listen to while I work. I'm big into podcasts, so I have a bunch of those, but it's nice to have something new to listen to. Alright, that's line art done. I've moved pretty quick on this one, which is not surprising. I work quick on most things, and I say unfortunately because it'd probably look better if I went a little slower, but it be that way sometimes. I already noticed a mistake. Gotta fix it. Yeah, this character that I'm working on right now, like I said, I just kind of went through Artfight, went through some newly submitted characters and picked ones that hadn't had any art drawn of them yet. This one I thought was interesting because it's a Minecraft character, obviously. Or I guess maybe not so obviously to some people. But it's a Minecraft character, and it's a mix between an Enderman and a Creeper, which I thought was a really interesting kind of combination. I've not seen that done before. So I thought it might be kind of fun to give it a shot. And they're also, it's an interesting head shape and an interesting, face. So I thought it might be kind of fun. So I figured I'd give it a try. Why not? Why not? So, kind of a brighter green. Creepers are kind of a bright green, aren't they? Maybe a little brighter than that. But yeah, so that's why I didn't stream last week. But this week I should be right back on schedule. I'm definitely planning to, obviously I'm streaming tonight. Whether I stream tomorrow or not is kind of up in the air. It depends on if I have other things planned, or if I decide I want to use that time to record some YouTube videos, because my YouTube content, if you haven't noticed, has been kind of lacking, simply because I've been away from my setup and haven't been able to work on it. Which has been that sucks. I hate being away from my setup, man. Every time I'm away from my setup, I miss streaming so much. I found that I enjoy it to the point where that when I'm away from my setup, it's not fun. So it's really nice to be back in the fray and doing things again. It's super exciting. But, okay, got that. Looks like the tie is split dye as well. I think. It looks like half is red and half is purple. But yeah. I'm going to be starting up some more YouTube content. Hopefully going to be finishing Portal this week. I am almost done with the game. It's actually not as long of a game as I thought it was. So I've been making some really good progress on it. I should be finishing that up hopefully this week. And then, let's see, what did they do to add texture? They added some kind of like dark scribbly markings to add texture. I wonder if maybe I should try that. Let's give it a shot. We'll see how it looks. I'm going to play around a bit. Part of Artfight is improving and trying new things, so let's try some new things and try some scribbles. Because I like the texture that it gives the character in their sketch that they uploaded. So, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yeah. So it's been stressful being away. I miss not being able to stream. Not streaming on let's see, it was Friday night. Not being able to stream on Thursday night, which is my usual night that I stream, was really rough. Because Thursdays, part of the reason I stream is because my best friend has her volleyball league, so she's not able to like hang with me and keep me company in the evenings. And the guys were also busy because Rhett's friend, who's a VTuber, I think his name is Quill, was also streaming. He was doing his debut. And so Rhett was participating in that, obviously, because that's a big event. So it was kind of like I was at my parents' house, which they live in the middle of nowhere, so there was nothing to do. I don't really have any friends that currently live in that area, or at least I don't have any that were home at the same time as I was. And so I was like, okay, well, this sucks. Well then, little fun factoid, not to bring down the energy of the stream or anything, because this is not very great. But one of my favorite YouTubers, who some of you might know, well, not even one of my favorite, hands down, my favorite. Sorry, folks, it's just true. My favorite YouTuber, which his name's Technoblade, he's been struggling with cancer for about a year, and they announced on Thursday night that he had passed away. About half an hour after I got to my parents' house, they posted the video. And pretty soul-crushing. It was very, obviously, nobody wants to receive that news ever. And, like, it was the first time I've ever been a fan of a content creator who'd passed away. So it was really hard. So, not gonna lie, that night was pretty rough. So it would have been really nice to be able to stream and take my mind off of things. But, unfortunately, it was not something I had the ability to do. I don't know if I like that texture. What do you guys think? What do you think of the texture? I'm not sure I'm a fan of it. I guess we'll have to do the texture on the creeper half here. So let's see if I can fix this. Oh, the other thing I want to do is that. I want to turn the background off. Ooh, I hate that. Ugh. Okay. Well, we're running into the same issue I always run into. I draw, and then I don't like how it looks. And then I'm like, ooh, I want to stop. But then I'm like, well, I shouldn't though, because it's good for me to draw, even if I don't love how it's turning out. See if I like it better without the texture. I like it better without the texture. I'm not going to add that texture to it. Maybe slightly different color for the texture. Yeah, I'm thinking like a slightly darker green for the creeper texture. Which I think they kind of have a very specific mapping for their texture on this character. So I'm going to kind of go for that the way they did. A little bit. I mean, it's not exact, but they kind of have the texture laid out like that. And then they did highlights on the creeper side. They did lowlights on the Enderman side and highlights on the creeper side. Which I don't love. Let's try this. Let's try doing something different. Let's try getting a little crazy with it. Let's try getting a little funky. AKA, I'm just gonna do some random shit until I think it looks good. I might do some random shit and then delete all of it. We never know. We never know. Art's a process. Yeah. So I've just been kind of in a mood lately. Hopefully it will... I've been getting better. Because, you know, it's hard when stuff like that happens, but you have to move on with life. There's nothing you can do. I think part of the reason it was so bad, it was just a huge shock. But... because I honest to God, didn't realize how bad it was when they'd posted about it initially. So it was kind of a big shock. But, like I said, life goes on. You gotta just honor his memory. He was a fantastic YouTuber. Gonna miss him a lot. His content was my favorite on the platform. No, like, hands down, he was my favorite. So, it's a bummer. But, like I said, nothing you can do. But... on a slightly happier note, this is me being a big-ass nerd. So I got a chance to see my best friend today, which was amazing. Haven't seen her in 5 months, so it was really nice to be able to see her again. And she had grabbed me. There's her library in her hometown. Well, not hometown, but the town where she goes to college was having a book sale. And since she volunteered at it, they let her take some free books from the book sale. And like I said, this is me being a total dork, but I was a big Warrior Cats fan, still kind of low-key am, and they had the original Super Editions with the original McLaughlin art style. I think it's McLaughlin is the name? I think. Maybe I might be saying that name, doing that name completely wrong, but the original artist that did the, like, covers for the first half of the series when it was first beginning. His art style is immaculate. I love it. I wish I could draw that well. And I was so hyped when she told me that she found those books. And I asked her to grab them for me because they recently did a reprint of all of the books where they completely changed the artist. And sorry about it, folks. I get that some people have different styles, and that's just how it is. But I really don't like the new style for the books. They gave the one character, like, weird cat eyeliner, which looks awful. They made one of my favorite characters, which his name's Crowfeather, on his book cover. They made him look like he's supposed to be like an old man, because he is. The dude's like the dude's 2 divorces and 4 kids in, which is very funny to say without context. But basically, I don't like the new art. It looks awful. I hate it. And I'm super thrilled that she found the original Super Editions, because now I have almost the entire set of the original Super Editions with their original artwork, and it's amazing. And when I say original artwork, I mean hardcover, baby, which means that under the dust cover, there's full arts. It's amazing. I love them so much. I'm so excited to have them as part of my collection. I often will lend my Warriors books to people, like younger kids who are reading the series. Like, some of my coworkers have kids that are reading it, and I'm like, oh yeah, they can borrow my copies. Not the Super Editions. These bitches are vintage. It's not happening. I'm sorry, but they're too precious to me. Since they have the original art on them, I brought them with me back to my apartment from my parents' house and was going to lend them, and then I was like, no, I can't. Maybe if it's a copy with the new art style on it, I will, but not the old one, because it's too good, man. I'm such a sucker for art styles. Any manga I buy or books I buy, people always say not to judge a book by its cover, but I do that so often because I have a phrase, which is a basic book cover equals a basic book story. So if you want your book to be unique, you need to have a more unique cover, because that's going to be what catches people's eyes. That's just how life works. I'm sorry. I don't love how this is looking, and I don't know how to fix it. So what I'm going to do is shade it and see if that helps. I think I'm going to go with the dark purple shading on this one. It's kind of a hard pick with this, because usually I try to pick a shading color that's going to go well with the, colors of the character. But this character is green and black, So I'm not really sure what to go for. I mean, green's kind of a cool color. It's a mix between a warm and a cool. So we're just going to go for purple and see how it looks. We're going to see how this goes. Shit, didn't mean to do that. One thing I might try to do in the future is do some traditional art streams, because I have noticed I prefer my traditional art a lot to my digital, honestly. I do a lot of, like, I've actually gotten to the point where a lot of times I will draw my stuff traditionally first and then trace it in digitally if I want to digitally color it, because I just think the way it looks on traditional is better. I feel like every time I do traditional art, I like it better than my 2D. So I might do that more in the future, if I can get my camera set up for it, that is, because the risk with that I run with that is by doing traditional art on stream, I would have to have a camera set up where you could see my sketchbook and my hands. Which for most streamers would be fine, but I'm a faceless streamer, which means... Oh, son of a bitch, I put a big line in the middle of my canvas. Which means that camera mishap could be detrimental, because I don't want my face on the internet. So I'm kind of leery about doing that, but man, would I love to, because I just preferred traditional art so much to digital, honestly. It's just, like, this is not a slap towards, like, digital artists, because I think digital artists who are good are amazing, and I'm so jealous of their, like, ability, but it's not something I'm necessarily good at just because I haven't been doing it long enough. I've done traditional art for, let's see, I started in 5th grade, so 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, freshman year, sophomore year, junior year. Jesus Christ, I've been drawing for like 11 years. Pour a Horikoshi and wear a mask just in case. Yeah, I absolutely would. If I was going to set up a camera, even if I wasn't going to have it pointed at my face, I would absolutely wear a face mask or something to conceal my identity. Perhaps even sunglasses with it. Because I just would not want to risk it. Or I could be like Paru, the author of Beastars, and just wear a full chicken head. I love her, man. She's such an icon. Yeah, I would absolutely wear a mask or something if I was going to do that, because I don't want my face on the internet. I'm sorry, I just don't. Yeah, nah. I think that a lot of the people on the internet are kind and nice and friendly and good. But that 1% that sucks and is creepy, I don't want them to ever know that I'm a real human. I just want them to see the purple cat and only ever see the purple cat. Because that's just the state of mind I'm in these days. Okay, get that purple going. What do we think of that? Do we like it? It's not terrible. Don't love it. What can I do to make myself like this better? Do some eye shading. That looks better. I like that. Yeah, I would absolutely wear a mask. It may be something I never do. I do have a tripod for my phone camera, but that's also going to be a whole other thing, because I use a Windows computer to stream, but all of my tablets and cellular devices are Apple, which causes a whole bunch of problems when it comes to mirroring my device. Even mirroring my iPad so that I can draw on stream is a pain in the ass. Because if you didn't know, I have to pay to do this. Which is why I made it a goal, because I did have to buy the software in order to run this. You may remember from my black and white stream if you tuned in, but I did in fact have my subscription expire for my free trial on stream, which is very funny in my opinion. I'm just gonna, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just for Artfight. I'm going to throw some highlights on this and maybe call it a day. Because if I don't love it, there's nothing I can do to fix it. And I don't want to just work on piece for the entire 1 hour. So we're going to throw some highlights on this, maybe some more texture on the creeper side. And we're going to call it a day on this one. Because I want to do some other art. I want to do some other pieces. So we'll finish this guy up and maybe move on to something that's a little easier for me to draw. Because, yes... how's everybody else's week's been going? I've been talking a lot about myself. If anybody wants to chime in, they are more than welcome to. I love to hear from the chat. Always a pleasure. Otherwise, I'm just talking at the wall. And if I'm going to be talking at the wall, I may as well be recording a YouTube video. Let's see here. Eyebrow highlight looks decent. Let's do the horn highlight. Okay. Have you gotten a chance to check out that webtoon? Oh god, no, I'm so sorry, I have not. I need to get into that. I know. You've sent me the link and everything and I still have not read it. I'm sorry. I will get to it, I promise you. I will eventually get to it. Webtoon, man. I've been like... I'm so happy because Webtoon, like, I love Webtoon. And the comics I've been following that have been on hiatus for forever, it feels like, are finally starting to come back. Which is amazing because I love them. But I'm really sad because one of my comics only updates once a month. One of them is finished now, which is good for the author, because I think she was super stressed out doing it. Or they, I guess, I don't know. But I know they were super stressed out doing it, but I was really sad that they ended it. And I'm sad because, like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore this comic and I adore this artist. They're amazing, they're fantastic. But I did kind of get the sense that they rushed the comic to finish because they were busy with it and they just couldn't handle it. And so they decided to end it early. Because I feel like there was a lot that was left kind of untouched. Which I thought was unfortunate because I really loved the comic and the premise about it. And it was really unfortunate to see it not be finished in a way that was fully satisfying. So that was kind of sad. But like I said, it'd be that way sometimes. It's very understandable if they were stressed out with it. Because it is a lot of work to do a comic. I cannot even imagine. I have been tempted to do my own comic. This is a little confession of mine. I have been very tempted in the past to do my own webcomic on Webtoon. Now that I have like a digital art platform, if I could like improve enough. I heard Yu Hakusho had a similarly abrupt ending. Yeah, I feel like that kind of becomes a thing with some webtoons. Because it either gets to the point where like some of them have very satisfying endings. That has happened before. But I feel like more often than not, the artists just get so stressed trying to shoulder the workload for a full comic series by themselves, and it just gets to the point where they can't do it anymore. And so, when that happens, they just have a tendency to end the comic very early. But I would love to do my own comic someday, if I can. I'd have to get a lot better traditional art, digital art, I mean. But the thing is like, my thought process with it is, part of the reason I'm so tempted to try a comic is because, first of all, I'm a writer. I have a bunch of stories I want to put out in the world. Part of the reason I'm a faceless YouTuber isn't just because I'm worried about people on the internet. It's also because I've always been somebody who, like, I want my characters in my stories to be more known before I'm known. You know? I don't want me to be known. I want my work to be known. And so I have a tendency to like you know, put myself in the background so that my characters can have the front line. I have the stories but zero artistic ability. Well, see, that's what being a writer's for. Let's go. Being an author is a dream of mine. But I think it'd be really cool to be a comic artist as well. Just, like, because I just think it's so neat. It'd be such a cool thing to have. I'm gonna do the particles on this. I gotta Google those, though. Enderman particles. Okay, so that's what the particles look like. Yeah, I am actually a writer. I don't know if I've talked about this very much on stream because I don't really post my writing anywhere yet. But I am a writer. I do a couple personal stories and then I do a couple collaborative stories with my best friend. My best friend and I started out writing MHA spin-offs, and now we write fully fledged stories with our own characters and storylines, which is pretty fun. We write almost every day, which is amazing for like my creative soul that insists I must be creative daily or else I'll die. But let's put some particles in here. What's the other one look like? You can do like this, okay. But and the other thing is like, yeah. So I thought part of the reason I thought about starting a comic is because I want to get my stories out there. You know, I want people to know my characters and know my work. But, like I said, I don't feel like I have the artistic talent to pull it off. But here's the thing. When you draw for a comic, you're drawing a shit ton. And the only way to get better at art is to practice. So, if I'm drawing a comic page every week for, like, however long I continue a comic, then surely I would improve, right? So, what if I, like, start a comic and then grow enough as an artist that it, like, actually looks good? So, like, that's kind of one of my crazy master plans. For a while, I deadass was going to start one. I had, like, an entire cover, like, organized and done and everything. And then I scrapped it because I couldn't get the file dimensions to work with Webtoon. Which, it's better now, because when I started with the original, I didn't know what I was doing. And now I feel like I do know what I'm doing. So I might actually try and do a comic series here in the future. It would be based off of something my friend and I wrote. Because we did a couple things that I really like. We have some really cool stuff that we've done together. I've written MHA fanfiction to help manage my depression, but lately depression's been a you-know-what. Yeah, it can be that way for sure. Honestly, good on you for being able to produce stuff when you're in that state of mind, though, because I know for a lot of people that's a major struggle, is not being able to, like, do anything when they're in that kind of state of mind. So it's very admirable that you're able to do that. But yeah, we started out as an MHA fanfiction, and you know what? Let me share a little bit about the characters I invented with you guys. That's fun. Let's do that. So, what my characters were is I had a few. What's this guy's name? Because he has a nickname that I call him by 90% of the time, so it's hard for me to remember what I actually called him. I have a character. His name is Toshi Yoshinori, but his, like, hero name and the name he goes by 90% of the time is Pike. Just because I like that, I just thought that was a good name. He is a lot of fun because he is everything that you wouldn't expect a hero to be. I designed him to kind of look like an anti-hero. Not necessarily an anti-hero, but he looks like a punk. He looks like a delinquent. That's how he was intentionally designed. He has a shit ton of piercings. He has tattoos. I'd share it, but it's got manga spoilers in it. Rip. That's too bad. But, he's got piercings. He's got tattoos. He wears all black. He wears his hair half shaved and, like, flipped to the side, that classic punk haircut, you know? And that was, like, the design I went with him. And, his quirk is that he's able to, like, he's kind of like Cementoss, where Cementoss is able to, like, control cement, but for Pike it was always, controlling naturally occurring materials. So, rock, sand, dirt, mud, and very pure natural metals was his thing. And his downside to his quirk was that it caused his metabolism to be crazy, kind of like Yaoyorozu's quirk, where he has to eat all the time, or else he just can't do it. I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move, and I'm gonna copy and paste some of these. But, son of a bitch, I didn't mean to resize it. But, stop resizing. Don't do that. Thank you. Stop that. Sorry, it's very annoying because with Procreate, the window of, like, resizing versus dragging is so finicky. It's very difficult sometimes. But, anyways, his quirk is that he's able to control natural materials, and that was kind of built into the fact that he had piercings, in the sense that, his piercings are made out of pure metals, so that he is able to, he's able to use his piercings as weapons, basically, if in an emergency situation. So, like, one example being, he's able to turn his piercings into brass knuckles that he can, or not really brass knuckles, because they're not actually brass, but, like, brass knuckles that he can use to beat the shit out of people. because it's something he can do, because I said so. And he's a really fun character to write for, and I really like him. He's kind of evolved a lot now, because that's not what he is anymore. He's no longer kind of constricted, I suppose, to the MHA universe. But I still write for him a lot. We kind of took our MHA characters and turned them into fantasy-style characters, a la like Dungeons and Dragons, and went with that just like direction instead. And I made a very fun story for him, which is super fun. So, let's see. What are some other characters I can talk about from the MHA era? One of my other characters that I made is Pike's brother, which is Hikaru Yoshinori. And he is, his quirk is natural disaster, which is that he can create different types of natural disasters based off of his emotional state, which is a problem because he's in a mess. He's an emotional wreck, and his whole character thing is that he is unable to control his emotions very well. So that's kind of a fun little quirk I decided to go for him. We're going to call this one done because I've been working on it for a really long time. So I'm going to go ahead and sign it real quick. But he is a lot of fun to write for because he's a nervous wreck, and it's fun to write characters that are nervous wrecks. I'm sorry, it just is. But basically, natural disasters being like he can create earthquakes, he can create thunderstorms, and he can create, what was the other thing? Tornadoes, I think, was the other thing. Like strong winds. And he was really fun to write for. But he obviously is not MHA anymore. He also was transferred to a new kind of vibe. Okay, now that this character's done, let's see who else I've got on my list here. We're gonna have to do some stream editing real quick, because I have to change the character I'm drawing. We are going to draw this character next, which is named Lucky. Alright, Lucky, let's change my information here. Character is not Charlie anymore. Drawing Lucky. Okay, Lucky, and you are owned by Kawaii Paws. Sorry, folks. Little bit of a streamer thing here. There we go. Oh, we're gonna have to move this over a little bit because their name doesn't fit. Perfect. All right, let's move on to Lucky. So, all right, new canvas. Let's do a screen size canvas for this character because I'm going to attempt a full body character tonight and see how I feel about it. We may not love it, but we're going to try. This will probably be the last one I work on tonight because I did take a really long time on that first one. So we're going to move on to this character, Lucky. Alright, let's think how I want to pose this character. The posing is the hardest part, honestly. Let's try just doing some reference search. This is hard. Okay. Man, finding references is hard, man. Because I can't find anything that's like the pose I want. What on earth is this? That is... no. See, this is why we don't screen share my screen on stream. Because when you Google something, you never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get. Whoa. There's another one. Jesus Christ, people need to chill out. What the hell? Okay, that one's pretty cool. Nah, I can't find any good references. I'll just go for it. I'll just go for it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be great. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be great. We'll just go for it. Maybe I should make it. I might. No, stop. God damn it. We're gonna do another square canvas, I think, because I was gonna do a full body, but I can't think of a pose tonight. It's been a long day. I've been up to a lot. I got up and went to a friend's house and visited with them, and I hung with my family for a while because it's a holiday weekend. Drove 2 hours because I have work tomorrow. It's been a lot, so we're just gonna take things easy. And we're not gonna do a full body piece tonight. We're just gonna do some fun stuff. If you can't tell already, I'm drawing a cat character because if there's one thing I can draw, damn it, it's cats. Alright. Let's get started on this. Okay, cool. Let's see how we want to do the face shape. So, looks like it comes out like this. Okay, same on the other side. Floofy floof. Cool. And a little bit of a chin moment here. I don't like that. Better. Okay. Sick. Some ears like this. Just gonna vibe out to some Timmy Village real quick. Let's go. Hopefully won't get me copyright claimed on YouTube. Because, I don't know if you guys saw this, but on Twitter, I can't remember if Toby Fox posted it or if it was from the Undertale account. But basically, a company has been copy striking Undertale music, because YouTube doesn't allow creators to be like, oh yeah, people can use this. If it's owned by a company, their copywriting system automatically strikes it. So if you get copyright struck by music in a video, and like Undertale music, you have to like reach out to them and appeal it because it's not supposed to be striking, but it is. Because Toby Fox is a chat and wants people to be able to use his music for free. Absolute legend. Okay, let's think like this maybe, because I don't like the shape of that. We can smooth it out later. We're gonna make the neck. We're gonna go a little bit more cartoony with this one because I can. I'm an adult who can do whatever she wants. But what was I saying? I was saying I can't just. I keep forgetting that I can't just sit here and draw in silence. I have to actually like talk because I'm on stream right now, and it's no fun if I don't say anything. But it's a cat. It's a cat. I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat. Oh, that's Do you remember that ancient ass YouTube video? There were so many old like cat YouTube videos that I used to watch when I was a kid, man. Probably because I was a Warrior Cats kid. But like there was this one cat that was really like, I don't remember if it was super popular or not, or if it was just like significant to my childhood. But there was a cat named Sparta that was like really mean. It always attacked his owner, and his owner made like a whole song about his cat Sparta. It was very good. Sorry, that's completely random, but I just thought of that because I'm drawing a cat, and I just thought of Sparta. Sparta lives in my head rent-free sometimes. It's great. Okay, do some shoulders. Great. Cool. Sketch out the body shape a little bit. We want the shoulders to come to about there. And this will be the arms. I don't love this arm, so I might just do a little pro game remove called I'm a digital artist and I can copy and paste if I want to. It's one of the perks of being digital. I can copy and paste stuff that I like and copy it to the other side, like that. When I'm on traditional, I cannot, which is unfortunate. We're gonna have the cat be doing the classic thing I always draw, peace sign. It's one of the only things I can draw hands doing. It's fantastic. So if I'm facing the peace sign out, these fingers, oh shit, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, there we go. These fingers face out. When I draw hand stuff like this, I always like, you might hear me like stop and like think for a minute. And that is because I am currently holding my own hand up in that exact position so I can think about where the fingers will go. Okay, I like that hand actually. This one might be cute. This one might be cute. The Minecraft one was hard because I don't typically draw that very much, but I draw a lot of cats. So this might turn out cute actually. See, this is why I just need to like quit my job and be a furry artist. Oh, I say that as a joke, but am I joking? Do this and scoot the character over a little bit. Yeah, this is looking cute. I like this. Okay. I'm gonna give, he doesn't have this in his reference, but I'm gonna give him a little bit of chest flute because it's cute. I think it's cute. Okay. And I'm gonna make his eyes closed because that's just what I'm feeling. See, I just need to be, yeah. Who am I kidding at this point? I just need to draw furry art because for whatever reason, that is just what my brain is good at. I'm better at this than I am other kinds of art for some reason. I don't know if it's because I grew up drawing cats because I was a Warrior Cats kid or what, but it's just something within me. I'm better at it. Okay. Sketch is done. That one was pretty quick. This character is kind of a tannish brown color, so we're gonna go with like a dark brown inking line. Let's see here. It's too thin. This is a cartoony character, so it's cool for this character to have thick lines. Thick-ass lines. Thick-ass boys. Oh, come on, screen. Please work. There we go. Yeah, I mentioned this before, but my iPad screen likes to, like, not work sometimes. It's fantastic. Apple makes a very quality product, and I'm not bitter about it at all. Speaking of being bitter, I think I tweeted about this earlier, but what is with YouTube's shorts system? I tried posting a short today, which was like a little highlight reel from my Portal playthrough, because I thought, hey, I haven't posted anything on YouTube for a while. YouTube's gonna hate me because I haven't posted for a while, and they're not gonna recommend my content to people. So I was like, hey, what if I like throw a short up on my channel to have a little bit of content going out? I have these like clips that I've been uploading to TikTok every once in a while. So like, let's make that into a short for YouTube. Fun fact, if you've ever tried uploading shorts to YouTube, YouTube short system's terrible. Like, I'm very sorry, YouTube, you suck when it comes to shorts. Like, you did this just to compete with TikTok, and then you made a product that's completely mediocre to TikTok's. It's ridiculous. Like, it's awful. I tried uploading the short, and specifically so I would not get copyrighted, I was like, I'm going to use if YouTube doesn't use the sound that I used in the TikTok, I'm going to use a different sound. And they just so happened that they did have the sound I wanted on YouTube as part of their shorts system, so I could actually use their uploaded sound. And I was like, fantastic. They can't get me in trouble if I use the sound they provided me. Problem is that the thing I was trying to upload was an art piece, and when you export time-lapse drawings from Procreate, if you do the full-length one, it's usually, depending on how long you worked on the piece, it's usually going to be about 2 minutes long of an export. If you export the short version, the short version's usually about 30 seconds, which is what I upload to TikTok. But YouTube, for whatever reason, because they're dumb, I guess, there's sounds that are uploaded to YouTube, so like music kind of like how TikTok has music that is like, oh, you can use this song that is like we have the rights to, so you aren't going to get in trouble for using it. YouTube songs that they have, they only allow you to use 15 seconds, which means I can't upload any of my speed paints using their sounds. I tried uploading that Spy X Family short video as a short and could not figure it out, so just uploaded it as a short video. Yeah, I remember you sent that, I think, in the Spy Family spoilers chat on the Custodians Discord, right? Yeah, YouTube's short system's awful. They made it to compete with TikTok and then made it completely awful when compared to TikTok in every single way. So I can't upload any of my speed paints from TikTok onto YouTube because their system's so bad that I can't use the sound I want. And if I can't use the sound, I'm just not going to upload it. And so I was like, okay. And then today I tried uploading a video that didn't need music. It was just my original audio recording because it was a highlight from one of my YouTube videos. I believe it was a short clip from my Pokemon Black stream where it was me catching my Purloin and being so excited, and then it cuts to the clip of my Purloin instantly dying. So I thought, hey, this is a funny thing to upload as a short. I'll do that. And I went on to do that. So I posted it on TikTok first. Another thing that TikTok does a million times better than YouTube is you can upload from your camera roll on both accounts. Like, if you record something and then you save it to your device's camera roll, you can upload it directly from your camera roll into Shorts instead of recording it through the app, which both things let you do. Here's the problem. TikTok allows me to select multiple photos or multiple video files and upload them all as a single video compiled together. YouTube does not allow you to do that. You have to select a single video and it only uploads the one. It will not allow you to do multiple clips. So I just figured, hey, since YouTube won't let me splice the clips together using their Shorts application, I will just upload directly my video that I posted to TikTok, which I've saved and already has the cuts that I want in it. And I tried doing that. It dropped my audio quality so substantially. I have no idea why, but my audio quality was awful. It sounded like I was talking out of a cracker box. And I was like, this is awful, so I'm not even going to upload it because it sucks. Let me say this experience trying to get the video as a short was so bad that it got me to make a TikTok account. Yes. If YouTube wants to make short content as a ripoff of TikTok, then I guess pop off, King. Do what you want to do, but don't make it suck. It's so bad. Their Shorts content is terrible. I obviously use YouTube because that's what I use to upload a bunch of my content. YouTube sucks. It really does. I'm sorry. It is just a bad platform compared to other platforms these days. When it comes to streaming, Twitch is superior because Twitch actually allows moderators to ban people in chats. If y'all weren't present for the manga stream that the Custodians did on their channel, where they streamed the One Piece manga, they had a bot in their chat that was spamming NSFW content that we could not get to stop because Rhett couldn't get them banned, and he called me in as a moderator because I'm a moderator for that for their streams on YouTube. He called me in as a mod, and I couldn't ban them either. I can only mute their messages, which meant that they still showed up on his screen even though I was able to mute them in chat. So it was a whole mess, and it was so bad. I was so pissed off because on Twitch, if somebody is doing, if there's a bot or somebody being a jackass in chat, I can, as a moderator, go in and either time that person out or just completely ban them from the chat altogether. And for whatever reason, YouTube doesn't allow mods to do that. You have to do it as the creator who is streaming, which is insane and ridiculous. It seems like YouTube tries to copy a lot of features from other platforms, but then they copy the features in a way that is completely mediocre. You can see that with their live streaming, and you can see, because Twitch is the superior platform for live streaming, and you can see that with their Shorts content, because TikTok is still the superior Shorts content. It also just really annoyed the hell out of me when TikTok became successful and literally every company jumped on the bandwagon and made their own shorts content. Like Instagram has Reels, YouTube has Shorts. Like every company saw how much money TikTok was making off of it and was like, I need some. And so they decided to copy the exact same formula in a worse way. Annoys the hell out of me, man. Because I've tried uploading shorts to both YouTube and Instagram, and it's awful. They suck. Which, don't even get me started on Instagram, man. I'm not here to be a hater, but as an artist, Instagram is a terrible place. Twitter's not great either, but Instagram's really bad. It is impossible to get a good following. Well, not impossible, but very difficult to get a good following as an artist on Instagram. It's really hard because they just don't promote art content usually. Like I am an artist who only likes art content, and when I go into like my suggested like page to look at like what Instagram says I should view, it still gives me suggestions for shit that is nowhere near anything I'm interested in at all. It drives me insane. TikTok does the same thing sometimes. Like, I've spent years building an algorithm on TikTok of stuff I actually enjoy seeing, because I'm not going to lie to you, 99% of TikTok fucking sucks. Pardon my French, but it's the damn truth. 90% of TikTok stuff sucks. I am not at all, like, if you are somebody who is interested in the side of TikTok where people do dances and stuff like that, I guess pop off. But dances and thirst traps and such kind of shit I think is really creepy and weird, and I don't want to see it. And these staged videos that people do also drive me up the damn wall. So, like, I hate seeing that kind of content on my For You page. And I usually, anytime I see it on my For You page, I will purposely dislike it to tell TikTok that I don't want to see it anymore. And I will never ever like video content like that. But despite all of that, I dislike the ones that they give me. I like content that's not related. All that stuff, I still get suggested thirst traps and dances every once in a while, and it drives me insane because it is just completely not what I want to see. I got TikTok originally because there was funny videos that reminded me of Vine. I was a Vine kid, of course. It reminded me of Vine, and so that's why I downloaded it. And then when I found out that artists had a really good platform on there, because there's a lot of really fantastic artists and animators on that platform, I got super into that for a long time. And now 90% of my For You page these days is animal content, because I like animals. I'm an old-ass woman. I'm a 90-year-old woman, if you didn't know, who has dog videos on their TikTok. So it sucks, man. I hate seeing videos like that. And the fact that TikTok still tries to suggest them to me, it drives me crazy. I hate it. Like, I've spent years building an algorithm. Stick to the damn algorithm. You're already mining my data. Use the data you've mined. I already know you're stealing it, so use it, bitch. Jesus. Like, how hard is it? Okay, I need to stop bitching about apps. I need to stop. This is a fun stream. This is a positive stream. We're having a good time here. So we're not going to complain anymore about awful social media as if there is a good social media. Let's think here. What's something I can talk about that's more fun, that's more positive? I really been liking Fruits Basket. I think I talked about that. I'm a little sad that Spy Family is gone for right now, but I'm glad they're coming back in October. That'll be really good. Oh, I was gonna ask this. This is a completely random question, but mentioning October made me think of this. Has anybody in chat right now that watches the Custodians YouTube channel, have any of you ever heard of or seen the Walton Files? It's an online YouTube series, YouTube horror series. Are any of you familiar with that? Just like I said, completely random, kind of a niche question, but I'm just curious. You have not. Okay, interesting. Good. Collecting that data and locking it in the back of my mind for later. Anybody else here that watches the Custodians that would be interested in talking and saying if they've seen the Walton Files or not? No? Okay. The reason I ask is because Walton Files is a really, really good analog horror series on YouTube. And I think it would be really fun to see the Custodians guys react to it. But obviously they're super busy right now, and I don't want to put more on Rhett's plate because he's already got enough going on. But I had a thought process the other day. I thought to myself, what if, for Halloween, they do a live stream reaction to the series? Which I think would be hilarious, because Gabe hates horror. So I think it'd be really funny to see them react to it. So I might try and convince them to do that, if I can. The reason I was asking, because I was just curious to know if anybody in the chat was familiar with it, because I want to know, obviously, if it would be something that people are interested in seeing. If you've not watched it and are interested in watching it, I would recommend it. It's pretty damn good. One of the reasons I think the guys would like it so much, especially Rhett, is because the series has a lot of room for speculation because it's not finished. And it drops like a lot of very subtle hints as well, like a lot of analog horror does. Like the video will randomly flash YouTube links that you have to like find part of it in the beginning of the video, then find the other half later. And just really fun stuff like that I think it'd be really funny to see the guys try to put together, because Rhett and the others are always super big on theorizing. So I'd love to see them work on the story and see what they think about it. So that was kind of my thought process. We're going to do, I've talked about this a little bit. I like to give my characters little claws. I think it's cute. And as a former horror artist, I just think it's fun to give cute characters sharp teeth and tiny claws. I just think it's cute. Like, I don't know if you can tell from my little characters. Oh no, she's not drawing anymore. Why'd she stop? How did I just notice that she's not drawing anymore? Girl, get your art tablet out. What are you doing? Oh, this model I don't think has claws. But 90% of the time, I put claws. Kind of like Gravity Falls, the ciphers needed to unlock the hidden messages. Yeah, okay. Embarrassing thing to admit, because it's such a good series. I never did watch Gravity Falls. But yes, very similar. Where you have to like decipher the messages and try to uncode what's going on. I just think the Walton Files is very successful in that sense. I'm going to do some adjustments here on the line art. I think the Walton Files is great for that. It's got a lot of room for speculation and prediction, which I think is great content for the Custodians guys. It's not finished, which is also great for them because, like I said, lots of room for speculation and for them to make predictions on what could happen and then kind of have it come to fruition later, which is cool. Oh, come on, iPad, let me work, please. Let me work, please. Please, pretty please, allow me, thank you. Please, just please, thank you, my God. Apple, get your shit together. This iPad is so... And like, I'm starting more and more to believe that it might be a glitch with my actual iPad system itself, but I'm not about to pay for a new one, or repairs, so I'm just gonna kind of deal with it, I guess. You know, we're gonna, yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's color this. This line art's looking really cute. I'm really liking this. Reference this. Okay, so we use kind of like a sandy yellow-orange color, I guess. Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah. Looks decent, looks good. Throw in, color drop all my colors in here. But yeah, I just think it'd be really fun. I haven't suggested it to him yet. I was just kind of curious because it popped into my head talking about October, because that's when Spy Family comes back. Oh, did I pause the music? Please play. Please play music. Don't stop. Continue. Thank you. I'm enjoying the Gravity Falls jams. Gravity Falls. Oh my God. We talked about Gravity Falls and now I'm saying Gravity Falls. I'm enjoying the Stardew Valley jams is what I meant to say. But, okay, so let's see here. Lighter eye spots. Cute. We'll go ahead and do that for the eyebrows too. Make the eyebrows a different color. So the eyes. Let's do this. No. Yeah, that's better. But yeah, it's kind of like a similar concept to that. But anyways, what I was saying was I would like to see the guys react to that series, and I think that Halloween would be a great time, and I think that stream will be a great way to do it, because stream is no editing required. So Rhett wouldn't have to like worry about trying to edit the video. He'd just be able to upload it to YouTube, which would be good. But yeah, I also think that it's like a well-desired series as well, because, excuse me, it's not something that very many people have reacted to. I've seen only a couple of YouTubers react to it, and the ones that have seen their videos seem to perform relatively well. The only 2 reactions I saw to the series on YouTube initially which were from like actual reaction dedicated channels, I think had about 3K views on the video, which is pretty good. And then obviously Jacksepticeye watched it, which that caused it to blow up in popularity for a little while, because anything that Jacksepticeye touches is going to blow up. And then Jack Manifold, both Jacks. Jack Manifold reacted to it as well. And then another streamer slash YouTuber slash artist that I think is really cool is Crumb, which if you've seen her art, her stuff is adorable. I absolutely adore it. She reacted to it on stream. And like, it seems to be a very popular thing these days, and it's very well suited for October, being a horror series and all. So I figured, you know what? Let's suggest that to the guys and see what they think. So I might pitch that to them after stream tonight. Just throw something to Rhett in the chat. Be like, hey, so remember that thing I've been talking to you guys about for forever? What do you think of like a Halloween stream with that? Because that'd be cool. And I also just want to see Gabe shit himself. Which, you know, last time we all hung out, he watched The Conjuring and Conjuring 2, which, by the way, if you've not seen, those are great movies. And he actually didn't do too bad. He did get the absolute shit scared out of him in the first one, when the mother of the family, like, is in the basement and the hands clap behind her head. He kind of did lose his shit and, like, try to punch my TV, but it was fun anyway. But yeah, I should go. Oh my god, next time he comes we should watch Poltergeist. I don't think he's seen Poltergeist. Poltergeist is so good. If you've never seen Poltergeist, what are you doing? It's really good. I love Poltergeist. Okay. I'm not okay. I love how I say I'm not a huge horror person. Here I am talking about horror movies and horror series on YouTube, and how I used to be a horror artist because I used to like to draw creepypastas. It holds a near and dear place to my heart, just because it was something I used to be really into. These days I'm not so much into it. I'm not huge on horror anymore. I think it's just that I've become a little bit more jaded to it, which makes it easier. I'm really liking how this looks. This is super cute. This is very cute, and I really like it. It's nice to end on a good note. I really like this one. I just think this is very cute. Reference, please. No, don't merge down. Reference. Thank you. Fill in the little toe beans. This is so cute. I like it a lot. It's so cute. Alright, so I still need to color the teeth. The twofers. Nice. Cool. Awesome. Let's do some shading on this guy. I think the shading would look good. Since it is kind of an orange color scheme, I'm gonna go for a red shading on this one. Yeah. But that's kind of one thing I was considering with the guys, is having them watch that. Well, maybe I should do a dark brown instead of a red. Red just doesn't really suit this character that much. Let's maybe take our line art color and drop it a shade or two down and do that for my shading. What was I gonna say? I cannot recall. But I'm honestly really happy that drawing won tonight's stream thing. that is honestly just what I wanted to do tonight, was just sit down and draw. I was honestly very happy with both of the top 2 answers because drawing and Pokemon Black were both my top 2s, which I just thought sounded amazing. Though honestly, I've been kind of hankering to play some more Stardew Valley lately, so I might do that eventually. I'm like, here's the thing. Depending on what I have going on this week, I might be streaming more often. Like, I don't know if I kind of have like a unofficial schedule of streaming on Thursdays and Mondays. Mondays because Mondays I don't have homework, and Thursdays because Thursdays when my friends are busy and I can't talk to anybody, so it's fun to stream. So I'm like thinking, obviously those are going to be the days where I'm going to be like most likely to do anything, but like depending on how busy other people are this week, if I'm not able to hang out with my friends other nights, I might even do other streams on other nights, because I genuinely have found that I really enjoy doing this. It's actually, I was really scared to start streaming, if I'm honest, because it seems so stressful, and if you screw up, it's very public, and it's live, so you can't, like, fix it. But I found I really like it. It's so fun. I'm really glad I decided to start doing it. Which I guess, technically, I've been doing it, if we want to be real technical, I've been streaming for 2 years. Because I did do one live stream sophomore year of college from my dorm room, which will never again see the light of day because I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't record it. I barely knew how to run OBS, and I was running it on my Mac, which sucks ass running stuff like that because it has no processing power. So it was completely scuffed. I did an Among Us playthrough in a pub lobby, and that was about all it was. But hey, good memories, good memories. Alright, basic shading is done. Cool. Am I going to do highlights on this character? I haven't decided yet. Let's do a background color first. What do we want to do for our background? A dark red does not fit this character at all. Maybe a blue, because they're kind of yellow character. Yeah, a nice, fun, happy blue, maybe? What does the chat think of a blue background for this character? Do you think it's a little bit too, like, gender reveal with or baby shower with the pink and the blue, or do you think this shade of blue is good? Maybe a little bit darker, do you think? What are the chat's thoughts on this color of blue for the background? Maybe a darker kind of color? Or are you feeling the light? Actually, I think I like the darker better. It's more contrast. Sorry if I kind of have the sniffles right now. I don't know if you guys can hear me sniffling a little bit. Like I said, I went to my best friend's house to hang out today, and I have a cat allergy, and she has a bunch of indoor cats, so I've been sniffling all afternoon. Let's think here. Okay, I like this background. I think that's cute. I'm gonna add some little flavor for the character, because I really like this character. I think this is really cute. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of spice. Do like kind of like what I have with my character, with little excitement lines here to indicate that they're chatty and having fun. Yeah. That looks good. I like this. It's nice to have art that I like every once in a while. This is, like I said, this is why I just need to be a furry artist, because half the art that I draw that I like is furry stuff. I just need to fucking dedicate myself to it and go for it, honestly. Because, honestly, I shit you not, 90% of the stuff that I draw that I actually really like ends up being furry art. I don't know why I've got just, like, this affinity for it, but for whatever reason, just characters of that genre are just very compatible with my brain and my art style. It just works very well with who I am, apparently. And like I said, I don't know if it's because I was a Warrior Cats kid, and just drew a lot of animals when I was younger, and that's why I've gotten to be so good at it. But I've honestly drawn humans more than I've drawn animals. I would argue that for a while I was way better at humans than I was animals. So I honestly am not sure why I'm good at this. I think I even made a joke about that on TikTok a couple years back, where I was like, I don't consider myself a furry, I don't identify as a furry, but I'm good at drawing them, and it's confusing, I don't know why I'm good at this. I don't know. Like I said, it's just always something that's come very naturally for me for some reason. Needs to go a little further out, I think. No, stop resizing it. No, stop resizing it. Procreate, work with me here. Thank you. That looks pretty good. Cute! I really like this. Oh my gosh. Nice. Let's add some texture to the background now. Added some flavor. Now let's add some texture. So we have this kind of dark blue background. So for a little bit of texture, let's maybe take a lighter blue. Let's go to our textures tab on Procreate and see what we can play with here. Let's see if we like some decimals. Do we want to do full decimals or do we want to just do partial decimals? Full decimals is kind of busy. Partial looks a little bit too messy. Maybe just along the edges, maybe? So that the character stays the focal point, but we still have some texture in the background. That's actually not bad. What do you guys think of that kind of texture? I think that looks really good. It kind of frames the character a little bit. That's super cute. Nice. All right, let's throw some highlights on this boy. We'll call it, you know what, actually, I don't even think I'm going to put chunky highlights on this guy. I think he just looks fantastic. I'm just going to keep him the way he is and sign it. I'm very happy with how this one turned out. I like this one, which is nice. I like having art that I enjoy. Cute. Okay, we're going to put my little signature right next to his little head. We're going to do a lighter purple than that for this character. Maybe a little lighter, smaller brush size. Yeah. Because here's the thing, if you're an artist, doesn't matter how big or small, sign your shit, because it will get stolen. Unfortunately, that's just a fact of life. I had an Artfight artist that, like, one time, like, did a character drawing for me, and they asked me, they were like, do you want me to give you a version that doesn't have my watermark on it? And I was like, nah, babes, keep your watermark on that bitch. I'm totally cool with it. I watermark all of my stuff. Removing it is not an option because I drew it, me, and it's staying there. Sweet! It's so nice to end on a good note. I'm very happy with how that drawing turned out. I think that looks really good. I think that is super cute and fun. Alright, so I think that is going to be my stream for the evening. I really only got 2 pieces done, but I'm really proud of how this last one turned out. But I do need to call it a night here because I do have work in the morning, and I have to drop my car off at the mechanic at 7 a.m. sharp, which means I need to get some sleep. But thank you all so much for everybody who tuned in for the night. It's been super fun. Like I said, I have just adored doing streams like this. I enjoy them so much, and having to take a week off kind of sucked, and I'm really, really happy to be back into it. It's been so fun. So just thank you all so much for coming by. If you like my art, you can feel free to follow me on Artfight. If you're in my Discord channel, I believe I posted it in my Discord channel, a link to my account. But if not, just ping me in the Discord, let me know that you want a link to it, and you can follow all of the stuff I post for Artfight, because I do have a couple pieces that I've posted that I did not live stream because I didn't have my equipment. Additionally, if you like seeing other art stuff from me, follow me on Instagram. It's the same username I have here and everywhere. I use the same username everywhere for continuity. So if you like my art and want to see more of it, Instagram is my main platform where I post that. If you're interested in getting updates about me or just seeing what random shit I have to complain about or say, follow me on Twitter. I post a lot of stuff there on Twitter about just my thoughts and general feelings on life. And then feel free to follow me on TikTok as well. TikTok is where I post all my short form content. I post some exclusive art speed paints there, as well as just some random funny things that pop into my brain. So occasionally I will do highlights from my videos and streams. So if you're interested in seeing content like that, feel free to check me out there as well. And last but not least at all, check me out on YouTube. I'm going to try to get back to uploading a couple times a week this week, now that I'm back with my equipment. This stream will be going up there, as will all other live streams. All my VODs are on that YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out. I also will occasionally upload Pokemon TCG. I'm doing a Portal playthrough right now, and I'm hoping this week to get back into doing my Danganronpa 3 blind playthrough. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested in some Danganronpa content. I'm very excited to get back to playing the game. And once I finish Portal, I actually have another game already lined up. I am planning to play Hollow Knight. That was suggested to me by a member of the Discord a long time ago. I already purchased the game, and I have a bunch of friends who have told me it's super fun. So that is going to be what I go for next. So keep an eye out for that. And thank you all one more time so much for tuning in for the evening. It's been amazing. Like I said, I really love doing these live streams. So it was super cool for everybody to join. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Bye!